back. Is it working? Sorry about that. My VPN decided it didn't want to cooperate with stream today. Yeah, so it like yeeted the connection into oblivion for a bit there. Anyway, whoop. Hello internet, good evening, good morning, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. How's it going, everybody? Hope y'all are having a good day so far. It's, whatever day this is. Wednesday? It's Wednesday. Today's Wednesday. Hello. Alrighty. So we're back now. Everything should be working. And, I'm sorry I didn't update the game right away. That was my bad. But yeah. We are going to start the next, we're going to start the next case here. And we're going to do it. Where's YouTube? Let me stop this music. Alright. Stopping that music and turning on game music. We're going to do that right now. How's that? How about that, guys? Okay. Uh-oh, now I gotta fix something. Work, please. Twitch, please. Work. Okay. I think we're good. Alright. Let's, start on the next game, shall we? Alright, so we're gonna be doing the third installment. Uh-oh, what is that? Messaging. Dashboard. Okay. Alright. We're gonna be starting Trials and Tribulations. Pouring my tea now. Just a little bit, because it's not fully steeped yet. I'm gonna be starting in 3, 2, 1, and go. Episode 1, Turnabout Memories. Is that a young Mia? Is that a young Mia Fey that we're looking at here? Not bad, guys. And a young Phoenix? What is this? What's going on already? Getting some background story? Oh, if I need to adjust the volume at any point, let me know. How did I get into this mess? Why did I do that? That girl. You shouldn't see her anymore. Hey, it's none of your business. I'm telling you for your sake. If you continue to see her, it's going to be bad news. You're lying. Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. What do we need to know? Stop it! Don't talk about her like that. Phoenix, did you kill someone? Just kidding. It wasn't me. I didn't do it! Phoenix. Phoenix, please. 5 years earlier, Mia Fey's second trial. Ooh, that tea is really hot. Momo. April 11th, 9:40 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. Enter. There we go. Yeah, it's finally time. I'm kind of nervous. Oh, Mr. Grossberg. Good morning. Mia, calm yourself down. You're going to get yourself arrested for suspicious behavior, you know? What are you talking about? I am relaxed, Mr. Grossberg. Look at me, I'm relaxed. Let go of my lapels! You obviously haven't got the temperament to be a lawyer. I'm so sorry. It's just that I'm so nervous today.
Oh, that's right. This is your first time in the big leagues, isn't it? Well, never you fear, my dear. I'm Marvin Grossberg. I'm at your service.
Actually, this is my second time in court.
Still, you surprised me. What with your earnest request last night? Let me handle this case, you suddenly said. And quite forcefully, too.
Just found out yesterday about the case, I mean.
What? And you've already learned all the relevant facts?
Well, about that, you see, I mean, of course I have, I think.
Oh dear. In any case, don't let our client see you so nervous. You see the poor young man in the pink sweater over there? That's our client.
Good morning there, everybody. Good morning. Try to keep smiling, Mia.
I just want to say,
I'll give it all I've got. Yep, it'll be fine. No problem. Achoo! Oh, what's wrong? Do you have a cold or something, Mr. Wright?
Actually, it's right. Like the Flying Brothers. People skirt up all the time. And yes, I have a cold. That's what this mask is for. See, it's perfectly fine and normal to wear a mask when you're sick, or when you don't want to get other people sick. My doc says this way I won't give it to anyone else. Be kind to others, he says. Exactly.
Right, Mr. Wright, you have nothing to fear in court today. If you are truly innocent, I promise I will save you.
Please, let go of my shirt.
That's right, he's the one on trial, not you. He's the one who should be nervous. You need to stay strong for your client, Mia. My name is Mia Fey. I'm still pretty new at this lawyer thing. The first time I appeared in court was a year ago. But that trial traumatized me so badly, I thought I'd never set foot in another courtroom. It's been 1 year since then, and well, here I am again. But this time I'm going to win. For my client, and for myself.
April 11th, 10 o'clock a.m., District Court, courtroom number 2. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Phoenix Wright.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Oh god, this guy? He has a lot of hair right now. He just kept slowly losing it with more and more court cases. Prosecution's ready, Your Honor! Defense today is Miss Mia Fey, was it?
Yes, Your Honor. Is there a problem?
I was under the impression that Marvin Grossberg was to be leading the defense.
Yes, well, you see...
Hold on, let's take a look at our court records. Proof of the profession. The first and last time I wore it was a year ago. Date and time of death, 4/9. Doug's autopsy report here. At 3 p.m. Cause of death was a fatal electric shock. Marvin Grossberg, age 61, my superior and the head of Grossberg Law Offices. Phoenix Wright, age 21, my client, a third-year art student at Ivy University. He currently has a cold. Doug Swallow, age 22, the victim. He was a fourth-year pharmacology student at Ivy University. Dalia Hawthorne, age 20, Phoenix Wright's girlfriend. Dated the victim Doug Swallow up until 8 months ago. Interesting. Do a little checky check here. Okay, we're all good. Everything's fine.
Mr. Grossberg had a bit of an emergency.
Emergency? But isn't that him standing there right next to you?
Yes, well...
You're just a rookie. Are you sure you can really handle this?
Don't let him scare you, Mia. Give him your toughest look. Of course, Your Honor. I think.
Well, Mr. Payne, your opening statement, please. Well, well, well. I can't believe a veteran like me has to spend his time babysitting a new defense lawyer. Don't worry, little girl. It'll all be over soon.
What was that all about? Is he trying to trash talk me? How unprofessional, right?
Now then, I'd like to proceed with a summary of events on the day in question. The incident occurred on the campus of Ivy University. The murder victim was a student named Doug Swallow. He was a fourth-year student studying pharmacology.
Sounds like he was a very bright young man.
Yes, well, next we have a photo taken at the scene of the crime.
Got a photo.
Students discovered the scene shortly after the murder. They found the victim's body. And the defendant, who had obviously bungled his getaway. They then called the police.
That certainly makes the defendant look very suspicious indeed. Very well. Court accepts this photo into the records as evidence. Crime photo 1, the crime took place behind an IVU building. By the way, hold on, I want to look at the photo again. Alright, what do we got? We've got a cut wire and an umbrella. Maybe he backed up into the wire and electrocuted himself? I don't know. Can't quite tell the cause of death from this photo.
Your reputation for sagacity is well earned, Your Honor. Truth is that this victim died a rather unusual death.
An unusual death? What do you mean, Mr. Payne?
Well, perhaps the defense would like to take this question.
Huh?
Simple question, and it might loosen you up a bit. I am a genteel man, if you will.
A what? Stand up to him, Mia. Show him what you're made of. Ah, perfect opportunity. Well, what was it? The cause, go on. Please say you know at least that much. I'm so sorry, I didn't get a chance to read through the whole file. My hemorrhoids are beginning to act up. Now see here. The details of this case are filed under the court record. But you knew that already, didn't you? Ah, the court record. I think I can see that by pressing tab. All of the weapons we need can be found in the court record. Take a good hard look at the data there and think carefully before you answer, my dear. Yes, sir. I'll do just that. I've got to stay calm. I can't let that prosecutor get the better of me. The court record. Okay, let's take a look. I just press tab here. Already done. Now then, would the attorney for the defense please answer the question? What was the cause of death? Electrocution. According to the court record, it was a fatal electric shock. In other words, electrocution. Electrocution? Oh, sorry. Electrocution? But how could such a thing happen? Did the murderer use some type of new super powerful stun gun, perhaps?
The answer to that will become crystal clear as this trial proceeds, Your Honor. But before that, there is one more vital issue.
What's that?
By motive, of course. Apparently there was some bad blood between the victim and the defendant.
Bad blood? What do you mean?
Oopsie, I'm terribly sorry. You're the defense attorney, so you must know all about it. I shouldn't be stealing your spotlight like this.
I really don't like the smug guy's attitude. That's Winston Payne for you. He's one smooth operator, if you catch my drift. They don't call him the rookie killer for nothing, you know. Now then, let's hear from the defense. What was the source of the bad blood between the victim and the defendant? And this time, I would like to see some supporting evidence. Evidence? Oh, no need to get all worked up over this. As I said, all our weapons can be found in the court record. Find the evidence you need and then shove it in old Graybeard's face. Yes, sir.
into old Greybeard's face.
Mr. Grossberg, try to set a better example for the young lady. Mia, evidence isn't the only thing in the court record. People's profiles are as well. You can toggle between profiles and evidence with Deb, so be sure to go over all of it. Now then, let's see what you've got. What was the cause of the bad blood between Phoenix Wright and the victim? It was her! Prosecutor for this trial, veteran lawyer with a little too much confidence. Dalia Hawthorne. Alright, present. Take that!
The reason for the bad blood between the two of them was this woman here.
Dalia Hawthorne, is it?
Very good, Miss Faye. You seem to have picked up on at least this much. This woman is the girlfriend of the defendant, Phoenix Wright. But up until about 8 months ago, she was with the victim, Mr. Swallow. Clearly, she has some part to play in this story.
He's done it again. Before the cross-examination starts, he's already got the judge thinking like he wants. Very well, Mr. Payne. Please call your first witness.
If it pleases the court, the prosecution would like to call Mr. Phoenix Wright.
What? The defendant himself? Well, Miss Faye?
It's fine. After all, Mr. Wright is innocent, right? The defense has no objection.
Very well. Court calls Mr. Phoenix Wright to the witness stand.
Witness, please state your name and occupation.
Yes, my name is Phoenix Wright. My job is, well, right now I guess I'm a suspect. No, he means what you did before you were arrested. Oh, I was a university student.
Mr. Wright, I understand that you are suspected in the death of your fellow student, Doug Swap.
But I didn't do it. I'm innocent, I tell you.
I'm telling you I was.
Will the defendant please refrain from passing on his cold to the rest of us?
It seems the witness has something he wants to say.
Well then, Mr. Wright, please tell us about your relation to the victim. Right away, Your Honor. The victim and I. I admit I was there. But I'm not a killer. All I did was find his body. I hardly knew the guy to begin with. I never even talked to that stuck-up British wannabe. Phoenix is lying. Probably. I don't know by how much. Maybe just conveniently forgetting. I don't know. I see. So you hardly knew the victim. Right, like I said, I'm not a killer.
Phew, looks like the judge understands.
You're being naive, you know. Too naive.
Huh? It seems you've forgotten one small thing, young lady.
And that would be?
This witness still has to undergo something called cross-examination.
Cross-examination? He's right, and it's the defense's duty to carry out the cross-examination. Purpose is to determine if a witness's testimony contains any contradictions.
Contradictions?
If a witness is lying, their statements will conflict with the court record.
But Mr. Wright is my client.
Even if he is your client, in court, all lies must be struck down. As a lawyer, that is your duty, you see.
What does he mean by that? Is he saying that testimony just now? There was a lie? A contradiction?
Now then, your cross-examination, if you please, Miss Faye.
Please, Mr. Wright, tell me you haven't been lying. You wouldn't do that to me, would you?
Not on purpose. The victim and it. You know what's interesting? That Phoenix is going to art school, even though he has been saying that he was going to be a lawyer the whole time. Like, he fully intended to always be a lawyer, so that's weird, right?
Can't be the only one who thinks that's weird. Okay, anyway. He was there.
When you say there, you mean the place where the victim was murdered?
Yeah, sort of. The place where something happened anyway.
Something? You can't hide what happened! We have photographic evidence! Anyway, Mr. Wright, what were you doing at the scene of the crime? I thought you said you didn't know the victim, Mr. Swallow.
It was just a coincidence. We bumped into each other by accident. Coincidence, huh? So all he did was find the body.
You say you found the body, so who called the police?
Huh?
Unfortunately, it was some other students that notified the police.
Other students?
That's correct, they were witnesses. Witnesses who saw this defendant standing there next to the body in shock.
What? Is this true, Mr. Wright?
Could you stop sneezing every time you're in a bind?
Well, it's true that I was pretty shocked when I found the body. But I...
So you didn't know his face or even his name, right?
Right! Well, no. That is, I mean...
So, which is it? Did you know him or not?
Now, see here! You can't avoid answering the question by sneezing all day. Well... I guess I did know his name.
News to me? Why didn't you tell me that before?
I heard he used to date Dolly. Who is this Dolly person?
Ah, yes, that would be the defendant's lover, Ms Dalia Hawthorne.
Oh, I see. Ah, young love. So bittersweet. That's all I knew about him. I never even... Oh, I did talk to him, he said.
Mr. Wright, you stated the following in your testimony. I hardly knew the guy to begin with.
That's right. I mean, why would I even...
That doesn't sound right. If you hardly knew him, then why would you say that the victim was a stuck-up British wannabe? Well, Mr. Wright?
No, it wasn't me. I'm not a killer, I swear. Mr. Wright, I will give you an opportunity to revise your testimony. How is it that you knew the victim was, as you put it, a British wannabe? Yes, well... He was always walking around with a huge Union Jack on the back of his shirt. Yes! It's a young Phoenix and a young me and a young everybody and Peyton with hair. Oh shit, I meant to hit question. Well, my dear, do you think you can manage on your own from this point? I can handle myself.
1 year ago, I was in a courtroom just like this. I can do it. I can handle this myself.
You mustn't try to bite off more than you can chew, Mia.
I'll be fine. I know what I have to do.
Remember, you can always press him to get more information. Oh, and one more thing. When you're going to state a contradiction, make sure you present some definitive proof.
Okay, Mia, one more time, from the very beginning of his testimony.
Nope, I need to go to the end. Union Jack. One of us.
Did you see it at the crime scene? The Union Jack, I mean.
Yeah, that's right. I saw it at the crime scene. That's why I figured he must love British stuff, see? It's true, cross my heart. I swear I didn't do it.
He's acting fishier than the salmon I ate last night.
May I ask you something, Miss Fay? Yes, Your Honor?
What is it now?
Who is this person, anyway? This Union Jack fellow. Judge, please.
Union Jack
is the name of the United Kingdom's flag!
Oh, I see. So you mean like stars and stripes, right?
As usual, Your Honor, your insight astounds me.
Here's a cat, guys. This is Chirico. Look at him be cute and try to climb all over everything on the desk and knocking the mic around, making it a little harder for me to speak at an audible level for you guys. But you know what? He is a cute cat. Oh, nope. You brought this upon yourself. You're gonna stay here. Hey, something just occurred to me. Isn't there something strange about this bit just now? Mia, there's a contradiction here. Mr. Grossberg. Quickly now, show that boy you mean business. With evidence, I mean. Okay, Mia, check the court record carefully. He was wearing a Union Jack, was he? That's a very plain jacket. Definitely didn't have that on. Well, Maria, you think you can manage on your own? Yeah, I got it. I got this, Mr. Grossberg. 1 year ago. Oh, we've done this dance already. We know what we have to do. Alright, go to the Union Jack. Alright, we're gonna try it. Ready, guys? Objection! No, okay.
Does this evidence establish that the defendant is lying?
Don't ask me, you're the one who's supposed to know.
I'm sorry. It's all still kind of new to me.
Well, I've got something new for you, too. A new penalty. Objection denied. Shit.
This isn't going as smoothly as I hoped.
Didn't talk to him. He was always walking around with a huge Union Jack on the back of his shirt. That's the one. Oh wait, do I need to press this too? Maybe. Let's press this too.
You see it at the crime scene, the Union Jack, I mean.
Yes, that's right. I saw it. That's why I figured about. Oh, okay, we did read this. Sorry, my bad. I got this. I was just on the wrong thing. That's all it was. That's all it was. To the end. There we go.
Are you certain you saw the Union Jack?
Yeah, I'm sure. It was right there on his back. Miss Faye, is there some point to this line of questioning?
Your Honor, please take another look at the crime scene photo.
As you can see, there's obviously nothing on the victim's back. Hey, wait a minute! He's wearing a leather jacket! Union Jack was on the back of the t-shirt he was wearing. I was under the impression that you accidentally came across the body. But if that was really the case, then you wouldn't know that, would you? You'd have no idea at all what he was wearing underneath that jacket. Mr. Wright, you've been lying to me. Please forgive me! Mia, you made our client cry.
Let him. That P on his chest doesn't stand for Phoenix anyway. Can't believe I trusted him. Mr. Wright was all wrong.
That was an impressive bit of cross-examination. Thank you for uncovering the defendant's lies for me. It's quite clear that this man did not simply stumble upon the scene of the crime.
Uh-oh. Did I go too far?
By the way, Mr. Wright, you seem to have a rather bad cold. Have you taken any medicine for it?
Yeah, I took some, but...
What's the medicine that you took in over the counter brand called Cold Killer X?
Yeah, that's right. Kills colds good. Hey, wait a second. How'd you know I'm a big fan of Cold Killer X?
Well, do you happen to have that medicine with you right now?
Well, actually, I seem to have lost it somewhere. He lost it? Does this even have anything to do with the case?
Mr. Wright, shall I tell you where your cold medicine is right now?
Huh?
Your Honor, I'd like you to take another look at
Sorry.
I'd like you to take a look at another photo from the crime scene.
What is this? It's the victim's hand. It's Cold Killer X. Yes, but even I've got a bottle of Cold Killer X in my apartment.
I'm sorry, but I'm afraid that argument won't work. There's no doubt as to who this bottle of Cold Killer X belongs to. Especially since Mr. Wright's fingerprints are all over it.
What? God damn it, Phoenix.
Sensing his murderous intent, Mr. Swallow must have picked up the bottle of medicine, dropped by Mr. Wright, and hid it in his hand. His purpose in doing so can only have been to identify his killer as Phoenix Wright.
Oof. Damn it, Phoenix. Order! Order in the court!
Your Honor, I'd like to present this photo and bottle as evidence.
Very well. The court will accept them into the court record. Victim's watch stopped at the time of death. Found clutched in the victim's hand, covered in Wright's fingerprints.
Also, the victim's wristwatch was broken.
Time of death was just after 9 o'clock, it looks like. Wait, 3 o'clock. Oh, that is 3 o'clock. I'm a dum-dum. I can read upside down, I swear. Broken?
Yes, it ceased functioning when a large wave of electricity passed through it. Well, Mr. Wright, you have some kind of explanation for all this?
This is really bad. Oh, my buttocks, my poor hemorrhoids. What really happened, Phoenix? Truth is, it went because he called me. He was in the pharmacology department, so we agreed to meet at 2:45 behind that building. We talked for a bit, and then at around 3 o'clock, we split up. And later, when I went back, I found him lying there. I've been taking Cold Killer X for the last 2 or 3 days. I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident. Mr. Wright, that's completely different from the testimony you gave previously. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I was afraid you wouldn't believe the truth.
You'll forgive me if I say I hardly find your current testimony any more credible.
Miss Fay, please begin your cross-examination. Oh, please, Mr. Wright. Please don't tell any more lies. What really happened? Why did he call you? Had you ever met the victim before then? No, never! But that day, he called me up and told me he wanted to talk about Dolly. And this Dolly person is my, it's kind of embarrassing. She's my, sweetheart. Whoa. What was that for, Mia? Oh, I'm so sorry. I just felt like slapping something all of a sudden.
Dalia Hawthorne was also the lover of the murder victim, Doug Swallow. Before she met Mr. Wright, that is.
So it's one of those nasty love triangles, I see. Alright, pharmacology department, 245. Was it Mr. Swallow who indicated you should meet at 2:45? Yeah, and we were both there right on time. You said the victim was in the pharmacology department, correct? Yeah, he was studying how to manufacture and improve pharmaceuticals. Everyone called him the alchemist of IVU. An alchemist? I see. I gotta admit I was a little suspicious. He had a whole laboratory and everything. It was filled with chemicals and strange machines that run on high voltage electricity. Oh ho, how fascinating. Sounds like he was quite an ambitious young man. Oh, I do. Maybe we should ask him for more details?
Alright, about the time.
So you're absolutely certain that you met at 2:45? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. That's the time class ends. But they're always doing experiments, so it doesn't matter much. Experiments? Yeah, those pharmacology guys are always in the lab whipping up something. Well, it looks like he's right about the time anyway.
Witness, let's go on with your testimony.
No, I want to hear about the other thing. Tell me about the other thing. About the pharmacology department. I was wondering if you could tell us a bit more about the pharmacology department. Well, okay, sure. I don't know all that much, though. A little bit earlier in your testimony, you said something interesting. You said the department uses strange machines that run on high voltage electricity. That's right, and they sure look dangerous. They use non-standard voltages, so there are high voltage cables everywhere. High voltage cables? Yeah, there were electrical poles set up all around the building. The high voltage cables run overhead or around the roof. Finally, I think we're getting somewhere. Nope, that didn't add anything. Okay, it's just info. Alright. Backward again, in this case, the game as a whole is good stuff. Okay, cool. Split up at around 3. Okay. So what was it you were talking about? You know, that maybe we should hang out again sometime? Hang out again sometime? Wish that were true. Found him lying there. So you say you went back? Yeah, that's when I found the body. Yes, but why did you go back in the first place? Weren't you angry with him? Well, that's right, I was. Then why, Mr. Wright? Why did you go back there? Thought maybe we could make up. Judging by the atmosphere, pretty sure no one is buying this.
It's been taking Cold Killer X for 2 or 3 days.
It's rather unusual to catch a cold this time of year, isn't it? Yeah, I always get a little careless when the weather starts to warm up. I guess I shouldn't sleep with the window open this early in spring, huh? I suppose common sense is not always common. So, did anyone else know that you were taking this medicine? Taking cold medicine? Well, I always took one after meals, so I'm pretty sure all my friends knew about it. We lost it around lunchtime. On the day of the incident, what did you do for lunch? Huh? What does that have to do with anything? You can never be too sure. I always eat with Dolly, just the 2 of us. Dolly's homemade lunches are just the greatest. Her mini omelets are magically delicious. Ouch! Why'd you punch me in the jaw? I'm so sorry. I just felt like hurting someone all of a sudden. Mia! Mia, please. I think that's enough for now. So the defendant and the victim met at approximately the time of his death. And then the defendant returned to the scene for some unknown reason.
I'm not entirely convinced by his explanation about the medicine bottle either.
Let me be frank here, Mr. Wright. Your testimony cannot be trusted. What do you mean?
I knew it was too much work for a little girl.
However, there's one mystery that still remains.
There is, Your Honor?
How the murder was carried out, of course. Just how was the victim electrocuted? I don't believe the murder weapon has been produced yet, correct?
Well, that is, you are correct, Your Honor.
How exactly was Mr. Swallow killed? If I could somehow establish how it was done, maybe I could still come out of this mess smelling like a rose.
Establish murder method.
Your Honor,
Yes, Miss Fey?
I believe that if we were to piece together everything we've heard up until now, we should be able to solve the mystery of how Mr. Swallow died.
That would be most impressive.
Quite the brash statement coming from a rookie. But even a beginner like you must understand the basic rules of the court, yes? An attorney must be able to substantiate their arguments with evidence.
Of course I know that. Actually, I'd totally forgotten about that.
Mia. Now then, Miss Fey, let me see what you've got. Show me how you believe the victim was electrocuted. Here's wires.
As for the cause of death, I'd say this picture captures it quite well.
What? There's nothing that even remotely resembles a murder weapon here. Are you guys blind? Exposed wire, come on! I'm afraid the defense is going to have to explain this in a bit more detail. Miss Fey, where exactly in this photo is the murder weapon? Neither does Peyton, it's like right fucking here!
Well, naturally, it's right here.
That's... What is that?
Severed electrical cable, I believe, Your Honor. Remember the testimony we've heard? The machines the pharmacology students use in their experiments require high voltage. And because of that, there are special high voltage cables strung up everywhere.
So then, high voltage cable?
Yes, the high voltage cable is the cause of death. That is the most likely explanation.
That certainly sounds plausible. Well, Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about this?
Well, at least some praise is in order.
Don't toy with me, old man.
Now, the victim's cause of death may indeed have been a high voltage cable. However, I want you to think about what that really implies. The only one who had the opportunity to use the cable as a murder weapon was... the defendant.
Phew!
That much is certainly true.
These guys don't have eyes. There's a fucking umbrella right there. He probably walked into it like a dumbass.
Yes, and that's not all. We have proof. Irrefutable proof that will establish that Mr. Wright was the murderer.
You do? Well, what is it?
His fingerprints.
Fingerprints? You mean the defendant's fingerprints were on something besides the medicine bottle? Oh, Lord.
Let's take another look at the crime scene photo. As you can see, the victim is wearing a leather jacket. And as you may know, leather holds fingerprints quite well.
You mean...
Nick!
Yes, it was quite clearly imprinted on the chest area of the victim's jacket. A palm print of the defendant's very own hand.
What?
I can only think of one way Mr. Wright could have left a print like that. Intent on murder, he squarely pushed the victim towards the severed electric cable.
Order! 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 That's enough. I think we can conclude that there's no reason to continue with the cross-examination. Stick a fork in us, we're done.
Mr. Grossberg!
My hemorrhoids never lie. The show's over, Mia. I knew that boy was guilty the first time I saw him. Rude? Excuse you?
No, you're wrong. Mr. Wright is innocent.
No further evidence is required to convince me of this man's guilt.
Your Honor.
At this time, I am prepared to render a verdict in this case. You have something further to add, Miss Fey?
Is this what you want, Mr. Wright? You still haven't told us the truth. The whole truth. If you don't say something now, the judge is going to hand down his verdict. But I can't. I just can't say it. If I told you what really happened, then I'd be... It's okay, Mr. Wright. I'm your attorney. You can trust me. Miss Faye, no matter what it is you have to say, I believe in you, and I'll represent you to the very end.
We've already established the defendant's guilt. There's no further need for him to say anything.
Wait a minute! Mr. Wright, I'll tell you what really happened.
I've already told you, Mr. Wright, there's no need for further.
I did it. I admit it! I pushed him! It's my fault. My fault that the Doug Swallow is dead! That girl, you shouldn't see her anymore. Hey, it's none of your business! I'm telling you for your sake. If you continue to see her, it's going to be bad news. You're lying! Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Stop it. Just don't talk about her like that. Push. What you just said, was that the truth? Yes, I was afraid. Afraid that if I told the truth, everyone would think I was the murderer for sure. Well, as things currently stand, we're all absolutely convinced you are. Please give me one more chance to explain. This time I swear I'll tell the whole truth. It'll be okay, won't it, Miss Faye? I believe in you. Oh, thank you? Still can't believe it. I really did push the victim. Feels like my hemorrhoids are doing the Harlem Shake. When I pushed the victim. That guy, he was talking bad about Dolly. I lost my temper and gave him a shove. That moment, I heard some kind of loud noise. A little while after I left, I started to get worried. So I went back, but he was just lying there dead! That's a new spin on the translation.
Well, the explanation is really quite simple. When you pushed him, Mr. Swallow flew back and touched the electrical cable. He died from the shock, and that, as they say, is that.
A simple explanation indeed.
At the time of the incident, a light rain had been falling. Wet from the rain, the victim was more easily electrocuted.
But, when I pushed him, there weren't any electrical cables nearby. If there had been something like that, even I would have noticed it. That's true. Even a doofus like him couldn't miss that. Hey! You're not wrong, but that hurts. Miss Faye, let me warn you right now, if your cross-examination doesn't yield any new facts, I intend to deliver my verdict without further delay. Are we clear on that? Yes, Your Honor. Don't give up, Mia. If he is innocent, there must be some kind of evidence somewhere that will prove it. Talking bad about Dolly. So what kind of things did Mr. Swallow say to you? He said all sorts of terrible things about Dolly. He said that she was a bad girl. Is that all? Yep. Well, Miss Faye, you heard him yourself. Oh boy, you're not doing yourself any favors, Monsieur, Mr. Wright. Please don't make this harder for me than it already is. Anyway, after he said that, I just gave him a shove. Can you tell me about what happened in a little more detail? That guy, he just said what he wanted to say to me. And then he put on the jacket he was holding and started to leave. That's when
That's when I lost my temper and flew into a furious frenzy! I just gave him a light, gentle shove to the chest.
And when you did that, there was no severed cable anywhere to be seen?
Right! There was nothing like that at all.
And is it possible that you merely overlooked it?
Well, I guess it's possible.
What are you doing? Don't let that guy steamroll over you like cheap asphalt.
I believe what's important here is the moment the push occurred. Let's continue on with the testimony, witness. Heard a loud noise.
Loud noise? And what would you say that loud noise was, Mr. Wright?
I'm not sure, but it was really loud. It was like, snap, you know, come to think of it. I wonder what that was.
Clearly, Your Honor, it was the sound of the victim being electrocuted.
You're not qualified to decide that. What should I do? I'm treading on some dangerous ground here.
More details.
Mr. Wright, that loud noise you heard may be extremely important. So try to remember what it was.
How do I put it? It was like a sharp crack.
Aha! Could it have been... Yes, could it have been... Hurry up and tell us.
When I pushed him, he dropped the umbrella he was holding. He fell right on top of it and it broke. That was probably the noise I heard. It is broken. But then how did the wire break? Umbrella, huh? And did the umbrella belong to the victim? Yeah, it was a plastic umbrella, cheap and frail, kind of like the inner. Damn! That's harsh. Again, I wish I had any kind of umbrella. I was totally soaked to the bone. Miss Faye, what do you think? Is there something important in that testimony just now?
Well...
Yeah, let's say it is.
This is it, Mia. The new information you've been waiting for. Of course it's important. No, this cheap umbrella is more than important. It's vital. I want to officially have it entered into the testimony.
Ha! How perfectly fitting. Flimsy information for a flimsy lawyer.
Court agrees to the defense's request. Witness, please add the bit about the cheap umbrella to your testimony. After I shoved him, he fell on top of his cheap umbrella.
So Mr. Swallow fell on top of his umbrella. Are you certain of this?
Yeah, it was right there under him. Actually, if it hadn't been under him, I was planning on borrowing it myself.
The umbrella, you mean?
Well, yeah, you see I was wearing this sweater here.
Ellie stayed up late for nights at a time knitting it for me. I didn't want the rain to dampen the handmade symbol of her love.
My stomach is not to be used as your personal soccer ball, Mia.
I'm so sorry.
Continue on with your testimony, witness. But the umbrella's not under him in the photo. Let's go ahead and question that. Alright, ready? Objection! Nope. Okay. Wait, yes? Yes. Alright.
Why didn't you testify about the umbrella from the very beginning?
Come on, if I'd mentioned that.
I would have been able to counter the prosecution's argumenters earlier.
What do you mean by that?
Take another look at the crime scene photo. According to Mr. Wright, the victim fell on top of his umbrella. However, if you look closely, the umbrella is nowhere near the victim. Actually, it's by the electrical pole.
You're absolutely right.
The conclusion here is obvious. After the defendant left, the victim moved from where he fell. In other words, after he was pushed by the defendant, Mr. Swallow was still alive.
No!
Order! 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 The victim. He moved. Mr. Payne, the umbrella in this photo. Where is it now?
Well, it was collected by the police at the scene of the crime.
I want it presented as evidence immediately. Umbrella added to the court record. Owned by the victim, found broken near an electrical pole at the crime scene.
But the umbrella could have simply been blown there by the wind.
According to the testimony, the victim fell on top of the umbrella. There's simply no way it could have been blown there by the wind.
What?
I know this matter of the umbrella seems relatively trivial, but as long as the smallest doubt remains, I cannot render final judgment.
No!
I must say, I still find it hard to believe that a huge hole has been blown in the prosecution's case by the defendant's testimony. Phoenix's testimony out of the court record, the villain fell on top of his umbrella. There was a loud snap when this happened. Well done, Mia. Mr. Payne, what are you chuckling about?
Pardon me, Your Honor. It seems I was expecting too much of a free ride. It was foolish to think I could establish guilt through cross-examination alone.
I'm afraid I don't follow what you're saying. Let me guess. You have another witness.
Exactly, and this witness's testimony will be incontrovertible.
Well, who is this witness?
Ms Dalia Hawthorne.
Dalia Hawthorne? You don't mean Dolly?
I do, Your Honor. Brendan's very own lover's a witness to the whole thing.
Is she gonna turn on him? You have fury?
That's right, she was at the scene of the crime when the murder took place.
What?
I'm sorry to break the bad news to you, my dear.
Bad news? You couldn't be more wrong. Actually, I've been waiting for this.
You can't be serious.
Mia! What do you mean by that? I think this is a good point for us to stop at. Court will now enter a 20-minute recess. Afterwards, we will listen to the testimony of Ms Dalia Hawthorne. She's gonna turn on him. Is your relationship okay, Phoenix? April 11th, 11:52 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 3. Miss Faye? I'm sorry about what happened back there. It's alright. At least you told us the truth in the end, Mr. Wright. Yeah, so I guess I can start to relax then, huh? Relax, my boy. You can't be serious after hiding such important facts. But the next witness is my Dolly, right? She'll save me. I just know she will. Why do you think that? Huh? What do you mean? She's the love of my life, that's why. The love of your life, huh? Would you mind telling me more about you and Ms Dalia Hawthorne? Sure, no problem. Dalia and I, we first met about 8 months ago, right here in this very courthouse. Actually, I'm starting to be a lawyer on the side. Anyway. Wouldn't it normally be the other way around? Because right now he's in art school. So wouldn't you normally want to go to school for lawyering and then study art on the side? Isn't that what most people would do? I don't know. You live your life, Phoenix. You do you. One day, she and I just bumped into each other in the reading room downstairs. That's why I really think it was fate that brought us together. As soon as I first set eyes on her, I knew she was the one for me. Oh, here! Take a look at this! She gave this to me the day we met as a symbol of our love. That's weirdly fast. She had been wearing it around her neck that day, but then she took it off, but before she gave it to me, she said, "I want you to carry this." So she gave it to you as a present, I see.
darling little bottle is filled with memories of my darling little dolly. Certainly is a bottle, all right. Makes me so happy. I show it to everyone I meet.
This was before he got his lawyer badge. So this was his equivalent of a lawyer badge.
Oh boy. I want to share my happiness with the whole world. Dolly's present, a small bottle necklace given to Wright on the day they met. He shows it to everyone. Anyway. So after that, you and Ms. Hawthorne started dating? Yeah, but she's so shy. Every time I see her, she always says the same thing to me. Please give it back now.
I don't think they're dating. I think this is a one-sided dating.
What a strange girl, asking for a present back like that. By the way, Mr. Wright, the day you first met Dalia Hawthorne 8 months ago, it wouldn't happen to have been on August 27th, would it? Huh? Yeah, it was. Why? This happened on August 27th, right here in this courthouse. What's this? A newspaper clipping? Let's see. Murder in the courthouse? Murder? What are you reading there? Let me see that. Oh, I see. Mia, I think I understand what you're trying to say. And I think I understand why you suddenly took such a keen interest in this case. You believe there's some connection between these two cases, am I correct? Newspaper clipping added to the court record, an article from 828 almost 8 months ago. Hope you don't mind, Mr. Grossberg. What does this say? Murder in the courthouse. Very little information is being disclosed at this time, since the victim of yesterday's incident in District Courthouse cafeteria is said to have been a lawyer. However, police are questioning the 19-year-old female college student who was sitting with the victim. Interesting. I need to finish this myself. Oh, yes, but I'm afraid what you have will not be enough, my dear. I'll go and have a look in the downstairs reading room and see what else I can find. Hoo boy! More hoo boy! What are we hoo boying? Thank you. I want to do whatever I can to be of help to you, Mia. Well, looks like recess is about over. We'd better all get moving. I guess so. That recess sure seemed longer than 20 minutes, though. What do you mean shorter? It felt shorter to me. Definitely not 20 minutes of stream time. Save your progress, hells yeah. Something wrong with my activity feed? No, it should be fine. Okay. This case, this moment. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we excited about? You need popcorn. Popcorn's great. Do I have popcorn? Anyone? I'm sure I have popcorn. Oh, my chat's not loading here. About here? Popcorn. There we go. There's some popcorn for you. Alright. April 11th, 12:13 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 2. Court will now reconvene. Mr. Payne, please call your witness.
This next person is someone who witnessed the crime as it happened. Prosecution calls Ms. Dalia Hawthorne to the stand.
Oh my god. Look at her. What's with the stiff silence? In my long career as a judge, I've been deceived by many witnesses. It's my job to doubt, to take no one at their word. But in your case, I must admit that you radiate a glow of complete sincerity. Why the fuck are there butterflies around her?
believe he actually said that.
Oh, now then, witness, could you please state your full name?
Judge! No worries, sweetie. There's no need to be nervous.
Anyone says anything rude, you can be sure I'll cut them right down to size.
I'll bash them with my gavel. I love how they look straight at me when they say that.
Thank you for calming my nerves. You're all so nice. I almost feel right at home.
Not at all.
It was nothing.
If we may move on now, what is your full name and occupation? My name is Dalia Hawthorne. I'm a junior in literature at Ivy University. I just want to say, it's an honor for me to be here in your noble presence.
The honor's all mine.
No, the honor is all mine. Well, we know whose milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. They were making that joke? When did this game come out? Gotta stay hydrated.
Sir?
Is there something I can help you with?
You just go on and say whatever's in your mind. That joke was there back then too? Jesus.
I'm sure there must be some kind of mistake. Feeny wouldn't kill anyone. I just know it.
Yes, I can see why'd you say that. She's gonna be a tough witness, all right. It only took her 12 seconds to wrap them all around her little finger. Now then, please proceed with your testimony. Let's hear about what you witnessed on the day of the incident, if you please. What I witnessed. Strap yourself in. Oh dear.
I had been planning to go back to Feeny's place after class was over. Feeny and Dougie, they were talking behind the building. And suddenly, Dougie got all wobbly and just collapsed. That's when Feeny noticed that I was there. I went to go and find some other students, and they called the authorities.
I don't know what to say. According to you, Miss Hawthorne, the defendant didn't do anything wrong. I guess that's good.
Young lady! As old as I am, even I recall how hot the flames of young passion can burn. Nevertheless, it is my job to discover the truth. Please tell us the truth.
But I would never.
It's more than enough, witness. I won't allow this to continue. What do you mean by that? Please, just let me proceed with my cross-examination, Your Honor. I, for one, don't plan to win my case on a bunch of paper-thin lies.
You haven't changed a bit, Mia Fey.
What's this? So you two are acquainted?
Yes, we've met before, once.
In any case, Miss Fey, the floor is all yours. To an extent.
It's good to see you again, Madam Fey.
Madam? I'm no one's grandma yet, girlie. What I witnessed.
Now, unless I'm mistaken, Mr. Wright is in the art department. If that's the case, then what were you doing by the pharmacology building? Well, I'm in the literature department.
Oh no, she's in the Doki Doki Literature Club.
I'm studying Japanese Sendai poetry.
Oh ho ho, how wonderful! It's that humorous yet satirical style of haiku, yes?
Nothing left to do. When a man reaches this age, sleep is his best friend.
That's supposed to be poetry? Sounds more like a midlife crisis.
For me to get to the art department, I have
Ah, yes, I see. That makes sense. When I want to enter the courthouse, I always walk through the front doors.
How else would you enter? Teleportation?
Talking about the building.
So who is this Dougie person?
Oh, I'm sorry. Doug Swallow. We were dating until about 8 months ago.
So what were Dougie, Mr. Swallow, and Mr. Wright talking about anyway?
How can you be so mean? I would never eavesdrop. I wasn't raised to be so rude and unrefined. That's right, Miss Faye!
Don't drag the witness down to your level.
Why am I being demonized here?
Rude. Please, go on. What did you see next? These two.
Are you saying that the victim just collapsed on his own?
Yes.
In other words, the defendant never touched the victim, is that right?
I was watching the whole time. Beanie never did a thing to Dougie.
Do I have anything to say that he got pushed? Covered in Wright's fingerprints. Victim's watch stopped time of death. No, no proof that the fingerprints are on the damn jacket.
I press her for no good reason. I just know the judge will get angry with me. So what should I do about her testimony just now?
I don't have something about the jacket, so we're gonna leave it alone for now.
I suppose her statement works in our favor, for now. I'll hold off on looking into any deeper until it's necessary.
Very well, young lady. Please go on with your testimony.
Beanie saw her? And what did Mr. Wright say when he saw you?
I'm sorry. I was so flustered that I really don't remember. Please forgive me.
You don't remember?
Well, that's common enough. Sometimes I can't recall a sentence I passed only minutes prior.
Please, someone, anyone, stop him before he gets hurt. By me. When you say students, do you mean students from the pharmacology department?
Yes, they're all very fond of their drugs.
Please try to stay on topic. So to find some pharmacology students, you went to the labs, correct?
That's what I was planning to do. But in the end, I wound up not going. A group of about 10 research students came running out of the building entrance. Somehow, they all seemed to know what was going on.
Students knew what was going on.
Yeah, more details.
How could the students have known what was going on?
Well, I don't know for sure that they knew what happened. It's just they all seemed kind of excited about something.
Doesn't look like I'm gonna get any more info about the students.
So, did the students call the police? Yes. I was so panicked.
Yes, well, anyone would have been, my dear.
That girl, she's telling a super obvious lie, and she knows it. She's just pretending to protect Mr. Wright. Yes, that's gotta be it. Way to go, Mia. Okay, that means I'm gonna have to dig deeper to find the contradiction on this one.
Talking about the building. Which one was the one where we could show... Yeah, I think it was this one. Alright. Show contradiction.
People's lies are not very becoming, Miss Hawthorne, so let's drop them, shall we?
What? I would never. Miss Faye, I will not allow you to badger this witness. I believe the defense is engaged in a fishing expedition. That is, she has no supporting. Please don't glare at me like
then, Miss Hawthorne? The defendant's palm print was found on Mr. Swallow's leather jacket. It has already been shown that Mr. Wright did, in fact, push the victim.
What?
There's no need to try to cover for the defendant. It would be much better if you came out and told us the whole truth. There's nothing to worry about, young lady. Just tell us everything that you saw.
Yes, Your Honor. I will. If you don't mind, I'd like to revise my testimony.
Looks like we're finally getting somewhere.
Actually, I didn't see the moment he pushed Dougie.
You didn't see it?
Well, I saw the moment when Dougie fell to the ground.
And at that time, there were only 2 of them on the scene. Defendant Phoenix Wright and the victim Doug Swallow.
Yes, that's right. It didn't look like they were fighting, and I didn't hear anything unusual either.
So then what did it look like when they were doing to you?
I thought they were having a nice, friendly afternoon conversation.
Oh, give me a break.
That's why I really wasn't watching them all that closely.
Did you notice anything out of the ordinary at all?
No, nothing at all, Mr. Judge.
Oh, I like the sound of that, Mr. Judge. Now then, please proceed with your testimony. Didn't look like they were fighting, and she didn't hear anything unusual, but Phoenix heard a loud snap. Alright, ready? Objection! You say you didn't hear anything unusual. Is that correct?
Yes, that's why I was very relaxed, looking at the scenery around me.
That's nice, but I find that just a little odd. I have here the testimony of your boyfriend, Mr. Phoenix Wright. He clearly testified to the effect that when he pushed the victim, he heard a loud, he heard a sharp, loud noise.
He said that?
If you were really that close to them, why didn't you hear this noise as well?
Well, maybe the noise just wasn't all that memorable.
But according to Mr. Wright's testimony, it was a sharp noise like a snap. There's no way a noise like that could fail to make an impression.
May I have a moment to answer?
By all means.
I know the reason why I didn't hear the noise. You see, the truth is, I had my headphones on, and I was listening to music at that time.
You lying!
Headphones? We that both of your ears were covered.
The rain was just beginning to let up, but it seemed as though Thor wasn't ready for his fun to come to an end yet. So the sky continued to flash and rumble.
Thunder and lightning, huh?
Yes, I'm afraid of the sound of thunder. So I put my headphones on to block it out.
Well, Your Honor, as you can see, there weren't any contradictions in her testimony after all.
Thought it wasn't raining yet, though. Wait a sec, Mia. That testimony just now. She said something that could totally change this whole case. There was lightning. Yeah, did he get struck by lightning? Your Honor, there's a problem with the witness's testimony. What do you mean? Didn't you notice? She said there was lightning, correct? Yes, what about it? Well, lightning is actually a large discharge of electricity in the atmosphere, am I right? How do you get struck by lightning with no clouds? Yeah, that's pretty fucking weird. Now's not the time for a science lesson, Miss Fay. Yes, Your Honor. Anyway, since the cause of death was electrocution, isn't it possible that the victim died from being hit by a bolt of lightning? Oh. I must admit that the thought had not occurred to me. So what kind of thoughts do occur to this guy anyway? That's a very good question, Mia. This entire case is built on the premise that Mr. Doug Swallow was murdered. But that very premise itself is mistaken. The defense believes that Mr. Swallow was, in fact, the victim of a stray bolt. It appears the defense may be onto something. Could it be that the death was actually accidental? Oh, right, you did it, Mia. I'll be taking that not guilty now if you don't.
I'm hurt that you have such a low opinion of me, Miss Faye.
Huh?
I'm not a fool, you know. The prosecution has done its research, Your Honor. We found that there were no lightning strikes on that day in that location.
What?
What's more, you have evidence that the electrical cable is definitely linked to this case.
Evidence, Mr. Payne? What is this evidence?
This affidavit.
And who is this affidavit from?
Pharmacology students who were conducting experiments in their labs that day. Allow me to read out to the court the testimony of the pharmacology students. All equipment in the labs lost power all of a sudden around 3 p.m. that day.
Was it a blackout?
All of the lab's equipment's run on high voltage, Your Honor.
So you're saying that the equipment lost power because...
Precisely! They lost power because of the severed electrical cable. Power outage occurred at approximately 3 p.m.
Which fits with the time of death listed in the autopsy report.
Exactly! In other words, victim died as a result of touching the severed electrical cable. According to the students, the cables were very old. They were planning on having them replaced in the near future.
I see.
Apparently, the cable had become so brittle that even the smallest bump would have caused them to break.
Students' testimony, the old power cable broke due to some sort of impact on 4-9 at 2:55 p.m. However, there's one thing that troubles me. If the cable could have been broken by any small bump, then it wouldn't have snapped if it hadn't been bumped into, correct?
Well, I suppose you could say that.
Miss Faye, do you have any thoughts regarding the cause of the severed cable? Your Honor, I don't like how this is looking one bit. I have to come up with something to try to regain some momentum. If it pleases the court, the defense would like to state its opinion. Well then, let's hear it. Who or what was it that caused the cable to break? My guess is the umbrella. I'm gonna try it. This is it. This is why the cable snapped.
Well, Your Honor.
I believe that the only thing that has snapped is the mind of the defense. Nope, that wasn't it.
That was one of your best lines yet, Your Honor.
Damn it. Ouch, that was harsh. Please, Your Honor, give me one more chance. Well then, let's hear it. Who or what was it that caused the cable to break? Power cable broke. I don't know him. Alright, blind guessing. Bluff our way out of this. That's why the cable snapped. No? I don't know. Victim fell on top of his umbrella. There was a loud snap when it happened. Small bottle, article, old power cable broke due to some sort of impact. I have no idea. that broke the cable? I thought it might have been the umbrella, but I'm clearly wrong. Did we try everything? I don't know. Where did he fall when he was pushed? We don't really know that for sure. Oh, maybe he hit the pole. Because the umbrella's by the pole. How do we prove that? We should... Nope. It's by the cable snap? No. How do we prove that, though? If it was him falling into the pole, because we don't really have anything to support that, do we? Present everything! My attorney badge, just kidding. We do know he was pushed, but... I mean... Yeah. We present anything. 'Cause I got no idea what I'm doing. Present anything. Whoa! What was the testimony? What? Excuse me? Your Honor, please think back to Mr. Wright's testimony. The defendant's testimony? He said that after he pushed the victim, he heard a loud, sharp noise. Now, this happened at around 3 p.m., correct? Yes, that sounds right. Wait, are you saying that... The lab equipment lost power at 2:55 p.m., which fits right in Mr. Wright's timeline. In other words, it was Mr. Wright's shove that caused the power outage.
Yes, the prosecution also came to that same conclusion. And it was that very shove that caused Mr. Swallow to be electrocuted.
I'm afraid I can't agree with you there, Mr. Payne. Yeah, the time's off.
What's that supposed to mean?
Take a good look at where the victim landed after being shoved. See the umbrella? It's by the electrical pole. That's right. The victim banged into the pole as a result of being pushed. It was that impact that caused the cable to break. Well, that makes sense. Then the victim was electrocuted. I'm sorry, Your Honor, but no, it doesn't make any sense at all. If the victim was shoved into the far pole, then he couldn't have been electrocuted by this severed cable in this foreground here.
Ah!
In other words, Wright is strong. Yep, apparently. Someone other than my client must have electrocuted the victim. Order! Order in the court! Ah, the lamentations of my enemy. I have longed to hear them. It's true! The defense is absolutely correct! There doesn't seem to be any way the defendant could have...
Mr. Judge, sir? May I say something?
Please don't.
The Madame Attorney's explanation. She said some things that are a little different than I remember them.
What?
What the? Please, just once more. May I please testify one last time? Please, Mr. Judge?
Of course it's all right. Just go right ahead and give your new testimony. What the fuck, Dahlia, man? This is it. She's finally starting to show her true colors. What I Witnessed Part 2. Eesh. I don't like her.
The truth is, Beanie pushed him twice. First time was into the electrical pole. That's when the cable broke. And Dougie tried his best to run away from him. But Beanie caught up and crashed into him from behind. The
cable snapping and Dougie being electrocuted. It all occurred in less than a minute.
Bullshit, the time is way too off because his watch stopped at 3:04 p.m. That's the time of death. And the power outage was at 2:55 p.m., so you're a lying skank. So after being shoved, the victim got up and tried to run away.
And that is when the defendant pushed him for the second time.
Feeny pushed him twice. Who was he? E-Honda? Yeah. Really?
So sorry, Feeny, but I just have to tell the truth. Am I doing the right thing? Am I, Mr. Judge?
Of course you are, my dear. As painful as it may seem, you are. Now then, Miss Faye, you may proceed with your cross-examination. The truth is bullshit, Dalia. Hell yeah.
Miss Hawthorne, previously in your testimony, said the following. Actually, I didn't see the moment he pushed Dougie. I know. I'm sorry. I wanted to protect Feeny.
So that's why you basically lied to the court?
I was a bad girl. I know. Mr. Judge?
Yes?
Would you please forgive little old me?
Of course he won't. What you did is called perjury.
Oh, come now. It was just a little old white lie. Excuse you? Well, forget it this time, but please be more careful from now on, alright?
Oh, thank you so much, Mr. Judge.
Not at all! Sir, what?
Judge had better be more careful himself. Dark Alley is friendlier than that girl.
You're on Nick so hard because of those little white lies? Hey, we got an achievement. That's when the cable broke.
You're saying you actually saw the victim get pushed into the electrical pole?
I know he doesn't look it, but Feeny can be a bit of an imp when he wants to be.
What does that mean?
Oh, really?
But I never imagined that he would cause an electrical cable to break. Feeny really is scary when he gets mad.
Yes, he sounds like a very dangerous individual indeed. Dougie tried to run away.
So let me get this straight. You were happily listening to music on your headphones while you watched this scene unfold?
An imp from Doom? I didn't play Doom, sorry.
Miss Faye, I'll have to ask you to stop badgering the witness! I wasn't happy. I was so scared that I couldn't even move. All I could do was stand there and cheer them on.
Cheer them on? What do you mean by that?
Well, I wish the best for them both, and that they would each give their fight their all.
What a weird fucking thing to wish for! That's very sweet of you to be so supportive.
What happened after that?
Feeny caught up and crashed him from behind.
That doesn't sound quite right. There were handprints found on the chest of the victim's leather jacket. Mr. Payne, were there also prints found on the back of his leather jacket?
No, there weren't. Madam Faye, may I suggest that you listen a little more carefully? I said that he crashed into him from behind, right? My Feeny wouldn't leave any prints behind in that case, would he?
Ugh.
Less than a minute.
Really now? Did you actually witness the victim on the moment the victim was electrocuted?
I'm sorry, I didn't actually see it. I turned my eyes away. That's understandable.
Yes, indeed. It would have been a horrific sight for anyone to behold.
I don't figure out the contradiction here. It's all over. She didn't have much time to come up with her lie, so this is my best chance. There must be a hole in her testimony somewhere. Think, Mia.
It's the time. Electrical pole. That's when the cable broke.
Less than a minute, you say? Cause of death at 3 p.m., innit? Alright, ready? Objection! No, not that one? I know it's wrong, but it looks like it's the wrong evidence. Maybe I should try the watch? Let's try the watch. Objection! There we go, it's the watch. That's enough, witness.
I'm afraid I don't understand.
You will in a minute. Could you please take a look at this picture?
Oh, that medicine. That's the one Feedy likes to take for his cold.
It's not the medicine I want you to look at. It's the wristwatch. It stopped at the precise time the victim was electrocuted. In other words, 3:05 p.m. Yes, and your point is, Miss Faye? My point is this. What time was it when the lab suffered that power outage due to the cable snapping?
Well, according to the student's testimony, the answer is clear. It was 2:55 p.m. Yarg!
Would you care to explain to the court, Ms Dalia Hawthorne, what exactly happened during this 10-minute interval? The defense proposes that it was during this interval that the real murderer killed Mr. Doug Swallow. Order! Order in the court! What is this all about?
This is nonsense! The real murderer!
Even you can't deny that the time between the cable breaking and the electrocution are completely unaccounted for.
And who was it? Who else are you saying could have done it?
There's only one person who could have murdered Mr. Swallow. Only after my client had left the scene. Was there a window of opportunity for this real killer? Miss Faye! Is the defense ready to indict someone as the real killer? It's finally time. This is the moment I've been waiting for. Yes, Your Honor. We are ready. Very well, but remember, if you accuse the wrong person, you'll be penalized. Think very carefully before you speak, Miss Faye. Now then, Miss Faye, let's have it. Who is the real killer? Well, given my choices, I would have to say it's Dalia. But she's sneaky. Take that! It could only have been you, Dalia Hawthorne.
How can you? The fence is grasping at straws!
10 minutes passed between the time the cable broke and the time of electrocution. What exactly were you doing that whole time, Miss Hawthorne? Were you really listening to some music while cheering them both on as they fought? I find it hard to believe that you didn't lift a finger to stop the men dearest to you. Order! Order! Miss Faye! What? I mean, why? Miss Hawthorne, I believe you did witness the two men fighting on that day. However, after Mr. Wright pushed the victim and subsequently left the scene, it was you who pushed Mr. Swallow to death by your very own hands.
How can you say something so mean, Madame Faye? I didn't do anything.
Miss Faye, this is a very serious charge. You are... Phoenix, shut up! Your Honor! Please, I have something I want to say! Achoo! You? What is it? Please strike everything the defense said just now from the record. What the... Are you daft? You're totally wrong, Miss Faye. Golly, she couldn't do something like that. Mr. Wright, get back in your seat. Bailiff, grab that man. Ah! Leave my dolly alone! Oh, sorry. That boy. He's gotten himself in way over his head. Damn it, Nick. Shut up. Oh, Mr. Grossberg. You're back. It seems I've arrived just in the nick of time. I found the police report on that incident in your newspaper clipping. Police report added to the court record. Report on the incident 8 months ago. Thank you so much. This is exactly what I was hoping for. Do tell. Alright. Incident overview. Location, District Courthouse, Cafeteria. Date and time, August 27th, 4 o'clock p.m. Victim, Diego Armando, age 28. Occupation, lawyer. Suspect, Dalia Hawthorne, age 19. Armando ingested poison while interviewing the suspect regarding another case. Traces of poison were found in the victim's coffee cup. No poison was found in the vicinity or on the suspect's person. It's unclear how the poison entered the victim's coffee cup. Oh. Does this not look like it is a vial of something? You! What a bee. You'd better take a good look at that. It details how you came to lose your boyfriend. Damn! Damn! What the fuck? Mia was involved at the time. Yeah. She killed her boyfriend! What the fuck? Now then, the defense has made a very serious accusation. Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about this?
Well, really, Your Honor, that is... May I interrupt you for just a moment, Mr. Prosecutor? Ah, don't you worry, my dear. I have the situation well in hand. And that is, go right ahead. Madam Faye, are you seriously accusing me of killing my sweet Dougie?
Yes, I am. Not only am I saying you murdered Doug Swallow, but you also tried to pin the whole thing on your current lover, Phoenix Wright.
I told you that you should let me handle this!
Even Dahlia can pressure Payne. Anybody could pressure Payne.
Sorry, but please go ahead. How can you say that? I'm absolutely devoted to my dear Feeny. The notion that I would try to frame him is ridiculous. This is all just too much for poor little me to bear.
Ah, I believe the girl is trying to ask what on earth her motive would be. The answer to that lies somewhere in this police report. Must. 8 months ago, an incident occurred in the basement cafeteria of this building. And then that same day, the two of them accidentally meet. Your Honor, the defense requests further testimony from Ms Dalia Hawthorne. Further testimony? What about? About the events of the day when she first met the defendant, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
What could that possibly have to do with this case?
The witness claims that she has no reason to frame the defendant, am I correct? Well, I have evidence that suggests that she, in fact, had a very good reason. Very well, then. The court grants the defense request. Young lady, would you mind staying on for just a bit longer?
Of course not, Mr. Judge.
Get ready for the battle of your life, Dalia Hawthorne. How I Met My Feeny.
I first met my darling Feeny 8 months ago. It's like we were destined to meet in this very courtroom's basement reading room. The moment our eyes met, my heart skipped a beat. We've been going out ever since that fateful day.
We're so lovey-dovey, we literally make people sick. It's just jealousy, I think. Shut up, Phoenix. Mr. Wright, do that again and you will be held in contempt of court. And now we enter the final act of our little drama. As we used to say in the days of my youth, go get her.
So until that time, you had been dating Doug Swallow?
Yes, I'm a real fool, I know. Letting my emotions change so quickly. I'm ashamed of myself.
No, not at all. Look at me, I'm infamous for changing my mind. That's not something to be proud of as a judge. My critics have even taken to calling me Judge Fickle.
Maybe you should look for a different line of work.
Despite that, however, he always hands down the correct verdict. That's why some people also call him the Great Judge Genie. I have concerns.
Courthouse reading room? That's a strange place to meet the love of your life.
That's not true, Madam Faye. After all, Feeny was not only an art student, but he was also planning on becoming a lawyer.
I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about you, Miss Hawthorne. What was a literature student like you doing in a courthouse reading room?
This line of questioning is a waste of time. It has nothing to do with our murder case.
Miss Faye, I'm warning you. This has nothing to do with Mr. Swallow's case.
I have to remember the judge is on Dahlia's side. I better tread carefully.
Keep pressing.
Your Honor, if you'll allow me some latitude, I think I can establish relevance. Please ask her to continue on with her testimony.
Very well, young lady, I've got a simple question for you. What were you doing downstairs in the courthouse reading room?
If it pleases Your Honor, the answer is simply this.
Do some research for a paper she was writing? Bullshit.
You were writing a paper on what?
On the relationship between modern Sendia poetry and the criminal underworld.
That sounds like a fascinating research idea.
Am I getting old? Now I've even forgotten what I've forgotten.
Again with the midlife crisis stuff?
Mia, why did that girl really come to this courthouse? Isn't that what you wanted to know? And speaking of forgetting things, you haven't forgotten the police report, have you? I went through a lot of trouble getting it, my dear, so be sure to read it carefully. He's telling me to use it.
Alrighty, whatever you say, buddy. Ready, guys? Objection! Miss Hawthorne, you weren't here because of your research paper, were you? Didn't you actually come here for a much more important reason?
What is the meaning of that cocky smile on your face, Miss Faye?
8 months ago, right here in this very courthouse, there was another tragedy.
Another tragedy?
Do you mean the incident in which an attorney was poisoned?
The name of the suspect in that incident is listed here in this report. And that name is Dalia Hawthorne.
What?
Dalia Hawthorne?
Yes, the sweetie pie of everyone's eye, Ms Dalia Hawthorne. She was the prime suspect in a criminal case just 8 months ago.
Order! 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 This is unbelievable! It's true then. The loveliest rose can hide the cruelest thorns.
Miss Faye, that's not fair! You can't slander my witness with an unrelated case! I, Winston Payne, will not allow it!
Mr. Prosecutor, I believe I was speaking.
Pardon me, go right ahead!
It's true that about 8 months ago, the police expressed some interest in me.
Express some interest, huh?
Mr. Judge, sir, I know I'm under oath, so I'll tell you the absolute truth. I did not commit the crime that occurred during that incident 8 months ago.
I see.
Okay, I've tied the two crimes together. Now I've just got to stay on the offensive.
Well done, Mia. Ooh, you really lit a fire in my heart and my buttocks. What? I don't need to know that, buddy. I can hardly tell which is more inflamed, my spirit or my hemorrhoids. TMI. Please stop. Dude. The poisoning.
I met the lawyer who was poisoned to discuss something in the cafeteria that day. I left my seat for just a moment, and that's when it happened. And what I heard, it was a liquid poison that is lethal at just 2 teaspoons. Not only that, I heard it was a very special kind of poison. So you see, I'm innocent. I wouldn't even know where to get a poison like that.
So that's what happened here 8 months ago.
However, as you heard from the witness's testimony, she had nothing to do with it. I think the defense is just about out of tricks.
I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Payne, but I'm afraid the defense has many more tricks up its sleeve today. And I'll be sure to show them to you before the end of this cross-examination.
Ah! What the? Why does the defense suddenly feel stronger?
Huh, Mia. You're glowing with a true loyal, my dear. That proud posture and self-confidence. Absolutely smashing. The poisoning.
Met the lawyer in the cafeteria. What were you talking about with the defense attorney?
Well, I'm sorry, but that's confidential.
According to the report, you were being interviewed regarding another case.
The lawyer that was killed. He said he wanted to talk about an incident I was caught up in when I was younger.
Why don't you tell us all what that incident was?
That has absolutely nothing at all to do with this case.
Objection sustained. Defense's question is stricken from the record.
You get involved in a lot of incidents, don't you, Miss Hawthorne?
Well, I was just born under a bad sign.
Don't worry, Dolly. I'll protect you.
Shut up, Phoenix. You heard the man. Now that is true love, young lady.
Oh, Feeny, please.
Ugh. Those two really are making me ill, albeit for decidedly different reasons. She left her seat for a moment.
How long were you gone?
I already answered all these questions for the police. But if you must know, maybe 10 or 20 minutes?
Where were you during that stretch of time? Using the toilet?
What are you saying, Miss Faye? Toilet? My perfect little dolly doesn't poop. Shut up, Phoenix! You are the defendant, Miss Faye. Better luck next time.
No, Feeny, please.
Police have already looked into this whole matter. This line of questioning is nothing but a waste of the court's time.
Objection sustained. Miss Hawthorne, please continue with your testimony. Nick, she's not an idol. Shut it. Yep. Lethal poison, 2 teaspoons.
But how much liquid is 2 teaspoons?
Well, let me see. My bottle of eye drops here says it's half a fluid ounce, which is equal to 3 teaspoons.
So So it's about 2/3 of that amount, huh?
Poison was found in the lawyer's mug of coffee. Must have been after I left the table. Someone must have quietly slipped it in there.
Very special kind of poison.
Special kind of poison? How so?
Well, I heard that it's almost impossible to detect.
Oh, and where would something like that come from?
Sorry. All I know is what I overheard the policeman saying. He said something about using advanced chemical process to purify it.
Chemical process? Well, well, that's quite impressive. Most impressive.
Better question is, how did the criminal get something like that?
Could it be because she was dating a damn pharmacologist? She wouldn't even know where to get a poison like that.
No Jedi yet. And the reason they didn't arrest you? Because no one could show how you could have gotten the poison?
I think that's good enough reason, Madam Faye.
She's right, and I think we've all had enough of Miss Faye's questions.
So, in essence, the main reason Miss Hawthorne was never arrested for the crime was because no one could show how she could have obtained the poison.
And all we have to do is find a way to establish how she could have gotten some, right? Great. Now just how did a literature student get a hold of poison of all things?
Her boyfriend. That's when it happened. Whoops. Oh, come back here. There we go. 2 teaspoons. Special kind of poison. I know where you could get a poison like that. Your boyfriend at the time. Alright, ready?
Objection! You wouldn't know how to get that kind of poison? I don't believe you.
What?
I accidentally turned off one of the things in my stream manager. Whoopsies, there we go.
In fact, you had easy access to that kind of poison, didn't you? At your boyfriend's lab.
Boyfriend? You mean the victim, Doug Swallow?
That's right. Up until 8 months ago, Miss Hawthorne was dating Mr. Swallow. And if you recall, Mr. Swallow was a pharmacology student at Ivy University.
Pharmacology?
His laboratory contained highly advanced chemistry equipment. In fact, without such equipment, the culprit could never have obtained such a rare and special poison. Well, Miss Hawthorne, it seems you had access to such a poison after all. And then it was a matter of slipping it into the victim's coffee when he wasn't looking. The only person who could have done that was the one sitting at his very table. You.
No!
Love the music? Hell yeah. Order! Order! Could it be?
That's nothing but a baseless accusation.
May I say something, Madam Faye?
What is it, Miss Hawthorne?
The amount of poison in the coffee is 2 teaspoons, correct? In order to carry that much liquid, you would need some kind of container.
Well, yes, that's true.
It was searched immediately after the incident took place.
Quite true. In fact, the entire courthouse was turned upside down.
They didn't find a suspicious container anywhere, did they?
She's right. He didn't mention that in the report. Well, you could have easily gotten rid of something that small.
Excuse me, madam. This is a court of law. If you're saying I threw the poison container away, I think you need to show some kind of proof.
Proof? She got me good with that. I know exactly what it is. Don't worry about this, Mia. We got you. Provide some evidence or I'll have to disallow this line of questioning, Miss Faye. Unless we can come up with some evidence, we're gonna lose this lead.
Police conducted a full body search of Dalia and the entire courthouse. And yet the container holding the poison disappeared right after the crime occurred.
You're going to accuse the young lady of committing the murder? Then where's the container the poison was carried in? What happened to it? She gave it to Phoenix and he won't give it back.
Take that!
You were forced to get rid of the container in a hurry, weren't you? And that's why you passed it on to someone that had nothing to do with the case. Someone that you knew wouldn't be searched. Who is this person? Mr. Phoenix Wright, of course.
So the defendant was the witness's accomplice?
Of course not. She gave the poison to him, disguised as a present.
What? But that's...
That's a charming little necklace. Is this little bottle? It's really quite cute. So what about it? What does it mean, Miss Faye? The day the witness met and fell for Mr. Phoenix Wright 8 months ago, August 27th, the very same day as the poisoning incident. Under the pretense of love, the witness gave my client a present. All for the purpose of hiding the one piece of evidence that would give her away. What? Are you saying there's a deadly poison in here? No, there's no longer any poison in that bottle. However, I'm certain if the crime lab were to analyze it, they would find a trace amount.
No! Ah!
Order! Order in the court! Shut up, Phoenix! On behalf of Dolly, I object.
Mr. Wright, control yourself!
I won't let you bully her like this! Mr. Wright, I thought I told you to stay in your seat! Mr. Wright, why? Why are you going through so much trouble to protect her? Why? Because I'm madly in love with her! Madly in love? I haven't heard anyone say that in a long time. Mr. Wright, have you ever thought about this? Why exactly would a woman like Dalia Hawthorne want to date you anyway? Well, I guess she must be madly in love with me too! You delusional idiot. Mr. Wright, please open your eyes. At this point in the trial, I think it should be obvious to everyone. The real reason that Dalia Hawthorne is dating you is because of that necklace. She needs to get it back from you. Dalia Hawthorne was not and is not madly in love with you. The only thing she's after is that bottle necklace you love to wear around your neck. My necklace? Back there in the waiting room, you said it yourself. Yeah, but she's so shy. Every time I see her, she always says the same thing to me. Please give it back now. What a strange girl asking for a prison back like that. For Dalia Hawthorne, that necklace is irrefutable evidence of her crime. That's why she absolutely had to get it back. You're lying! But you never gave it back to her. And to make things worse for her, you insisted on showing it to everyone you met. That's why she... I don't believe you. No! That's a lie! Wah! Nico, wah! Mia, you're right. The defendant, he's getting away. Bailiff, hurry! After him! Mia! Mia! Are you alright? Yes. I think so. That boy, he went completely insane! Where's Mr. Wright? It looks like the bailiff caught him, so he should be back soon enough. Thank goodness. Oh no. What is it? The bottle necklace. Miss Hawthorne's present. It's gone. What? That's terrible. Mr. Wright must have grabbed it when he slammed into me. Foolish boy. That's the only thing that could have saved him. What in the blazes are we supposed to do now? Mr. Wright, this sort of behavior is unprecedented in the history of the court. I'm sorry.
I'm afraid that your apology is not enough!
Mr. Wright, what did you do with the bottle necklace? Forgive me. I'm sorry. It's okay. Just give back the necklace. I ate it. What the fuck? Nick? You what? You ate it?
It's too big to swallow, so I had to chew it into little bits first, but yeah.
What the?
What is he doing now?
Your Honor, I forgot to stop the trial. Mr. Wright, are you feeling okay? Is your stomach hurt? That bottle you swallowed may have had some poison left in it.
It seems the defendant has proven the prosecution's case for us. Clearly, that bottle did not contain a deadly poison.
How can you be so sure?
I think that's so obvious. As you can see, the defendant is still very much alive. As for the poison, more like a fledgling defense attorney's overactive imagination.
Hate this guy.
So it would seem.
No, there must be some mistake. The bottle must not have had any poison left in it. Either that or the poison must have lost its potency.
There, it's all right, rookie. Trusting your client is the most noble thing a defense attorney can do. And it's heartwarming to see that you place this much faith in Mr. Wright. That's how it is for us on the prosecution side, too. For example, I would trust the witness, Ms. Hawthorne, with my very life. Which is why I can state that your assessment of her is completely wrong.
That's enough. Unfortunately, Miss Faye, I cannot accept your explanation of the events.
But why?
This may be impossible for a beginner like you to understand, but in a court of law, evidence is everything.
Ugh. Even after I proved so much, is she going to get away with everything?
Well, now that suspicion surrounding Miss Hawthorne has been cleared up, I would like to proceed with the trial. What do you want now, Nick?
Mr. Wright?
I'm sorry, Miss Faye. It totally slipped my mind. I'm really, really sorry. I know you believed in me, and I feel like I really let you down.
Mr. Wright, what are you trying to say?
Something I forgot to tell you. What is it? That day? The day I met Doug Swallow? That girl, you shouldn't see her anymore. Hey, it's none of your business. I'm telling you, for your sake, if you continue to see her, it's going to be bad news. You're lying. Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Last night, someone stole some poison from our lab. Poison? Same thing happened 8 months ago. A drug sample was stolen. She came to the lab that time, too. Could only have been her. That girl is a thief. Stop it! Don't talk about her like that.
Is it true? Did he really say that?
That's ridiculous!
There's one more thing. After I pushed him that day, I got worried and came back to have a look. She was there. Dolly was right there. She was crouched down next to him.
What?
She told me not to ever tell anyone about it, but... I'm sorry, Dolly.
Your Honor! This is... what it is!
Miss Faye, you tell them! Dolly didn't do it! She's innocent! So Dolly stole poison 8 months ago too, huh? You put that together with Mr. Wright's testimony, and there's only one possible conclusion. Defense believes that Ms Dalia Hawthorne stole some poison on the night before she killed Doug Swallow. The night before?
Naturally, her motive for stealing it was to kill someone. Miss Faye. If you're so certain of your theory, then let me ask you this. Mia, this is your last chance. Think carefully now. There's something that she desperately wanted to get back. Therefore... Exactly who was Ms Dalia Hawthorne planning to kill? Intervening suspect regarding another case. I guess, do we show the police report? Lord, I don't know. Police report, alright. Yeah, but what was she trying to get back? Who had something that belonged to her? Sitting with the victim. I mean, right now the question is, who did she kill? Oh, when she stole it just now. Oh. She was gonna kill Phoenix. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. There was one person that was standing squarely in Ms Dalia Hawthorne's way. And that person was... Mr. Phoenix Wright. Me?
That's preposterous! After all, it was Doug Swallow that was murdered!
Well, it's true that that's how things worked out. But let's remember that Mr. Swallow died of electrocution, not poison. The person that Miss Hawthorne was planning to poison was, in fact, you, Phoenix Wright. There's no one else that it could be. But how can that be? I thought Mr. Wright and Miss Hawthorne were in love! Poor Mr. Wright. This must be killing him. Hang in there. I'll bring her to justice, I swear it. As I said before, the only thing Miss Hawthorne truly cared about was the one piece of evidence linking her to that incident 8 months ago. That's right. The bottle necklace. That's all she cared about. But even so, why would she go so far as to murder him?
Strung along for 8 months? Yep.
8 months ago, just after the fall of that attorney in the basement cafeteria. Dalia Hawthorne could think of only one thing. How to get rid of that bottle necklace as quickly as possible. No, it can't be! It was a pretty good move she made, too. The evidence was missing for a long time. But there was just one big problem. Although she got him to hide the evidence, Mr. Wright refused to return it to her. To him, the tiny little bottle was a cherished treasure. He even showed it to everyone he met. You mean... that's why she tried to kill Mr. Wright? Correct, Your Honor. It was to retrieve that piece of evidence. That can't be true!
Feeny, what a joke you are. Honestly, how can any woman ever count on you for anything? I even told you time and time again to keep your trap shut about me and that necklace. You disgust me.
Miss Hawthorne! It appears we're nearing the end of this trial. Fine. I can tell you plan on making me into a criminal no matter what I say. You are a criminal, Miss Hawthorne.
We'll see about that. But first, where's your evidence? It seems your sniveling little crybaby of a client has eaten the bottle as a snack.
Ugh.
Well, hey, old man, you senile or something? Why don't you say something instead of sitting there with that dumb look on your face?
Miss Hawthorne, what's happened to you?
Are you really that shocked? Why do you prefer me this way, Mr. Judge? With absolutely no proof, you treat a voluntary witness like she's a mass murderer. Well, I have nothing more to say. I'll be heading home now, if you don't mind.
But well, we're not finished.
Fine. Then ask this nasty old hag to finish up already.
Can't let her get away this time. Stop, Mia. You keep on pushing without any evidence. You could pay the ultimate price as a lawyer.
The ultimate price?
You'd be forced to take off your attorney's badge forever, I'm afraid.
No! Better think it over carefully, Miss Faye. Or should I say, Miss Gray?
Well, Miss Faye, can you provide evidence that would establish her guilt once and for all?
If I mess up here, my career as a lawyer is over.
And to be safe.
But to be honest, at this point I don't have any evidence that's well-founded. Even so, I'd rather lose my attorney's badge than let her get away with murder. Your Honor, the defense would like to present proof.
Impossible! You can't possibly!
Stupid woman.
It is the opinion of the court that there has been already been enough discussion. Therefore, I will allow only one piece of evidence to be presented. See it.
Just one?
If you are unable to establish her guilt, I'm afraid that a very harsh verdict will immediately be handed down on Mr. Wright.
I understand, Your Honor.
Resave, resave.
Just imagine the headlines for tomorrow's newspaper. Up-and-coming lawyer plummets to earth before she gets the chance to soar. She was planning to poison Mr. Wright. If that's the case, the poison was probably in there.
Well then, Miss Faye, please present your evidence. Show to this court irrefutable proof that Miss Hawthorne was planning to poison Mr. Wright. Is it in the cold medicine? It's probably in the cold medicine.
Here it is, Your Honor. The evidence that will prove her guilt once and for all.
Cold Killer X? Phoenix Wright's beloved cold medicine.
Does our rookie defense have a bit of a cold?
If I did, I still wouldn't take this cold medicine. After all, it's been poisoned.
What?
Remember what the defendant said in his testimony?
But I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident. Right on the money.
I always eat with Dolly, just the two of us. She was the one who took his bottle of Cold Killer X. Then she poisoned it knowing that Mr. Wright was going to take some.
Now you're really grasping at straws. After all, it was the victim Doug Swallow that was holding the medicine.
I would like the court to recall that the crime happened here 8 months ago. Where did Miss Hawthorne hide the evidence?
Huh? What are you talking about?
8 months ago, the poison was hidden in her bottle necklace, which she then gave to someone else for safekeeping. Someone she had accidentally run into the reading room, my client, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Yes, that's right. She did the same thing this time as well. After shoving the victims, Mr. Phoenix Wright left the scene of the crime.
That is when the murderer, Dalia Hawthorne, appeared. Her, she was carrying the poison bottle of Cold Killer X. This, of course, was so she could carry out her plan to murder Mr. Wright. I believe she did testify that she was going to meet with the defendant. Yes, and she heard and saw everything that happened at the scene of the crime, including what the defendant and the victim were arguing about, and cut the electrical cable. And the cut electrical cable. That's when she realized, I can't allow that swallow to live. She used the severed cable to silence him forever. Unfortunately for her, this is when the problem occurred. Mr. Wright, who she thought had left the scene, came back to check on the victim. And on top of that, because of the power outage, some students showed up as well. Hardly any wonder that she was, as she put it, in a state of panic. Recall that she was carrying that bottle of poisoned cold medicine. She must have thought, what if they searched me like they did 8 months ago?
8 months ago?
Yes, she disposed of the evidence exactly the same way she did back then. She had someone else hold it. In this case, Doug Swallow.
Oh, come on now, everyone. Surely you aren't fooled, are you? Stupid woman. She's nothing but a filthy, stinking liar.
And if Wright got convicted, he'd be dead and out of the way. Yep, that gets rid of 2 birds with 1 stone for her.
Right, Mr. Prosecutor?
Ah! Yes, that's exactly right. It's just pure desperation.
I wonder which one of us is the desperate one. So, Miss Hawthorne, this cold medicine, I wonder if you wouldn't mind taking some. Well, Mr. Wright ate that necklace of yours, right? Now it's your turn to prove your innocence. What do you say? If I'm just a filthy, stinking liar, then there's no need to worry. So come on, show us. I dare you to take some of this medicine right now. Mia Fey! Mia Fey! Do you think you've won? Well, do you, Mia Fey? That's just fine. The butterflies died? Oh, I didn't even see that. For the time being, victory is yours. For the time being? Well, I have a very long memory, you know. You and I will meet again. I'm certain of it. Well then, Mr. Judge, I'll see you later too, okay? Huh? Why, yes. I'm gonna go spend a little quality time with the men in blue now. I wish you all the best. It's finally all over.
I refuse to accept this! The defense hasn't shown a scrap of evidence to support their outrageous claim.
But even so, your witness seems to have accepted it.
I don't care, I'm Winston Payne! I don't believe one word that this rookie lawyer has said!
Well then, Mr. Payne, let me ask you this.
Yes?
Would you care to try this cold medicine?
What?
Just a little earlier, I could have sworn you said.
There, it's alright, rookie! For example, I would trust the witness Ms. Hawthorne with my very life!
So, if she's so trustworthy, then I'm sure there couldn't possibly be any poison in here, right?
You see, yes.
Here comes the backpedal. Come on now, rookie killer. Show this rookie how it's done. How much trust do you really have for this woman? Are you willing to bet your life on it? Oh, there goes his hair.
My hair, it's flying, my beautiful hair, no!
Oh, there goes his hair. Goodbye, hair. Mr. Payne, about Ms Dalia Hawthorne.
Yes, Your Honor. I'll file papers for her immediate arrest.
Tragic, but not surprising. I knew there was something suspicious about her from the very beginning. You fucking liar! Double KO.
Yep. Don't lie. Just admit that you were wrong.
By the way, Miss Faye,
Yes, Your Honor?
was it just me, or did you and Miss Dalia Hawthorne seem to know each other?
Your Honor, whether we did or not has no bearing on this case.
Very well. Mr. Payne,
This can't be happening. It's a nightmare. It's like losing my daughter.
it appears Mr. Payne has lost his spirit along with his hair. Does the defendant have anything further to say?
Can't be true. My dear
Dolly! Very well then. I believe I am ready to pass judgment and bring this trial to an end. The court finds the defendant, Phoenix Wright, not guilty! Hells yeah! Woo! This court is adjourned.
April 11th, 3:16 p.m. District Court Defendant Lobby Number 3.
Mia, you were wonderful in there.
Thank you for everything, Mr. Grossberg.
Not guilty, victory! During the verdict, I thought my hemorrhoids were going to explode like Mount Vesuvius.
Mr. Grossberg, maybe think you could stop talking about them?
That's rather rude. Stop! Anyway, this case really made me think. What does it really mean to have a relationship of mutual trust with the client? Perhaps it is we veteran lawyers who have lost sight of these.
Oh, Mr. Wright. Congratulations.
Thanks.
I was thinking. Go on.
The dolly that I saw up there on the witness stand, I don't think that was really her.
What?
Yeah, the dolly I know could never have said those kinds of terrible things. Maybe she was like, I don't know, fake or something.
Boy, this poor kid still hasn't got a clue. You need to forget about her, Mr. Wright. For your own sake.
Yeah, you're right. It's probably for the best.
Also, you need to relax a bit more. Try to grow up a little.
But with all my friends, everyone says I'm the most grown up.
That's because his friend is Larry Butts.
Think about that.
What kind of company does this guy keep?
Right now, I'm starting to become a lawyer myself.
That's what you keep saying. But I thought you were in the art department.
Well, yeah, I am. But there's a friend that I desperately want to help. And if I hurry, then I should still be able to save him in time.
I see.
Say, Miss Faye? A lawyer is someone who can help people when they're in trouble, right?
Mr. Wright, I'm still new at this myself. But I think that's exactly what a lawyer is.
Okay, I'm gonna do it. I'll study my butt off. Become a lawyer for sure. I hope. Hope we see each other again someday, Miss Faye. I kind of accidentally skipped that, so I think that's what he said. It's been 5 years since I was acquitted of all charges. I became a lawyer like I planned, and managed to save my friend. But Mia has passed on to a better place. For me, this trial brings up a lot of painful memories. But it also brings up some very precious ones. And memories that I thought would never rise to the surface again. Mia's gone now. But even so, I can hear her in my mind.
Phoenix, no matter what, always believe in your client. In a court of law, your greatest weapon is your belief.
5 long years. Something has happened that made me think back to her words of wisdom. But that's a story for another day. That was a really good first chapter, and much longer than any other first chapter we've ever done. Brand new episode is added. Alright, let's see. Let's save first. And what time is it? It's about 10 o'clock. Okay. I got work tomorrow. Yeah, that was a really intense first chapter. That was fun though. But we're gonna stop here for the night. And as I check, ooh, I do have a friend who's streaming right now. Hold on, let me refresh to make sure this is valid. Okay, yeah. So anyway, that was super fun. That's exciting. That because the first chapter was so good, I fully expect the rest of this game to be very much of a roller coaster, even more so than the previous one. So that's gonna be real cool. Something to look forward to. Okay, once again though, there is not going to be a stream this weekend, so we're not going to continue this case this weekend. We're probably not actually going to continue this case this week. It's probably going to be next week, maybe, I don't know, maybe Monday or Tuesday, we'll see. Because I'm going to be out all weekend. And if I do come back over the weekend, it's going to be late, and I don't know if I'm going to want to start on this. I don't know, we'll see. But we'll probably pick this up next week. And then we also need to do more of It Takes Two, which maybe we'll do that tomorrow, or maybe we'll do something else tomorrow. I don't know. I have to see how work goes and see if Darjeeling Bling is free. But yeah. Oh, you'll be streaming? Oh, okay. Maybe I'll just watch you. That's fine. Works out for me. But yeah. And we're not going to stream on Friday because I'm going to be doing stuff on Friday that I can't do over the weekend. So yeah. That's it for now. Let's go raid my friend Sound Otaku because he's streaming Crash Team Racing and he does not have a lot of viewers. So let's go raid him. Sound. There it is. Okay. Alright, we're gonna go raid him. He's streaming Crash Team Racing Nitro Fuel. You don't have to stick around. You don't have to follow him. Just go say hi. Spam a little bit of... Just say hi. We only have one email, but yeah, you could just say hi. Spread some love. And then you can pop out if you need to. Alright, thanks everybody for watching. It was super duper fun. I'm gonna hit start right here. Wait, why didn't it work? Something went wrong. Try running that quick action again. Alright, let's just try typing it in chat then. Because Neo Neko said rating can be typed in. Sound. Can't raid that channel. Oh, he has raids turned off, so we can't raid him. Well then. I guess we're just gonna call it. Okay. Alright, well, that was fun. See y'all next time. Hope you had fun. Have a great rest of your evening, and have a good weekend if we don't talk to you before then. Have a good night, everybody. Bye.